Hi guys, and welcome to my channel where I share powerful and creative business ideas. Today we're diving into a concept that's quietly revolutionizing everything, from real estate values to mental health treatment. It's already a multi-billion-dollar industry, flying under the radar, generating huge profits, and transforming entire markets. Okay, now picture this. You wake up in a small apartment. No windows, no sunlight, just a blank wall. You grab your morning coffee, sit at your desk, and stare at nothing. But then you press a button, and suddenly that wall transforms into a view of the Santorini in Greece, or pretty much any view you want. It feels super realistic, except it's not a window. It's a virtual window. And today's business idea is exactly that. Virtual windows. A scalable, high-margin business that merges technology, psychology, and real estate. And one that could make you serious money. Entrepreneurs are already generating six-figure revenues, and the entry costs are significantly lower than most commercial ventures. People now spend 93% of their time indoors. Real estate developers are cramming people into smaller spaces every year. Apartments and offices in larger cities are super expensive, and people are actually paying premium prices to stare at bare walls all day long. People working in windowless spaces report 40% higher levels of anxiety and depression. The Japanese even coined the term nature deficit disorder. This environmental discomfort costs employers in the form of healthcare expenses and employee turnover. But even if you do have windows, the chances are you're still looking at the same boring, monotonic view every single day. That's where this business becomes powerful. Millions of people are desperate for a connection to nature or a change of scenery. And you can provide it. This is not just a psychological issue, it's a business opportunity. Now, before we get to startup costs, please click like and subscribe, because I will be sharing real, actionable, creative business ideas every week. Okay, so let's dive into the numbers. A basic virtual window system will cost you approximately $2,500 to $4,000 wholesale. Your installation cost is $8,000 to $12,000. That's a 200 to 300% markup. Let's say you are doing 3 installations a week, which means you will be making $15,000 to $25,000 in profit weekly. And here's the kicker: recurring revenue. On top of that, you could earn additional $500 to $1,000 per month per client from content subscriptions, maintenance, and system upgrades. Here's a real example. A small entrepreneur in Denver started with a $25,000 investment. Today, she's making $40,000 a month installing virtual windows in offices, therapy clinics, and high-end residential spaces. Now imagine scaling this to Airbnb hosts and hotels. A $5,000 installation can let an Airbnb owner raise nightly rates from $80 to $200. That's break-even in just 42 nights. After that, pure profit. Hotels such as Marriott and others are catching up on this as well, but they're slow to move, and that's your opportunity to win in this market. Boutique hotels are already experimenting with this because it's way cheaper than renovations. And then there's the B2B goldmine: remote work. The remote economy is worth $50 billion. Companies like GitLab and Buffer already give employees stipends to improve home offices. Virtual windows fit perfectly into that. One entrepreneur closed a $400,000 contract installing virtual windows for just one tech company. On the healthcare side, some insurers are actually beginning to cover virtual windows for people with seasonal affective disorder and claustrophobia. Hospitals, therapy clinics, and rehabilitation centers are your next big clients. For example, veterans hospitals are using virtual nature scenes in PTSD therapy. A Phoenix clinic reported a 30% drop in medication needs when virtual windows were added. This is a clinical-grade wellness solution, and the market is wide open. Therapy offices, medical clinics, rehabilitation centers, these are customers who need virtual windows and have the budget to pay for them. Real estate is where this business becomes absolutely revolutionary. Property developers are starting to factor virtual windows into their planning, but most are still clueless about this technology. And that's what makes it a great opportunity for your startup. Now here's the potential business plan: can start your own operation. You'll need $10,000 to $15,000 for initial inventory. That's 3 to 4 units to start. Another $5,000 for basic tools and installation equipment. Let's say marketing and business setup will run you $3,000 to $5,000 and the rest is working capital. Your target customers are small businesses, therapy offices, boutique hotels, hospitals, real estate developers, and affluent homeowners. Each installation generates $3,000 to $8,000 in profit, and you can realistically do 2 to 3 installations per week once you're established. The beauty of this business is that it scales without massive capital investment. As you grow, you hire installation teams and focus on sales and customer relationships. Successful virtual window businesses are clearing $500,000 to $1 million annually within 3 years. But here is more. Location partnerships. You can partner with local tourism boards and real estate developers. Some tourism boards are actually paying virtual window companies to feature their destinations. Here is an example. The Maldives Tourism Board paid $200,000 to have their beaches featured as premium content. That's essentially advertising that people pay to look at. The hardware sales are obvious, but the real money is in the service layer. Subscription-based content is huge. You could charge $10 to $20 per month for access to the premium content library. For example, with just 1,000 active subscribers, that's $10,000 to $20,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Maintenance and support contracts are another goldmine. These systems need regular updates, technical support, and occasional repairs. You could charge an additional fee per month per installation for ongoing support. That's recurring revenue that compounds as you grow your customer base. The virtual window market is projected to reach $2.5 billion by 2028. But here's why I think that's conservative. As remote work becomes permanent, as living spaces get smaller, and as mental health awareness grows, virtual windows will transition from luxury to necessity. The biggest motivation is that most people don't know virtual windows exist, and that's because this is a unique opportunity, which means there's very little or no competition for customer attention. You're not fighting for market share, you're creating the market. Virtual windows aren't just changing how we decorate spaces. They're creating a new industry with massive profit potential. The question isn't whether this market will explode, it's whether you'll be positioned to benefit when it does. So let me ask you this. If you could have any view in the world from your home or office, what would it be? Comment below. I'd love to hear your ideas. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe for more unique business opportunities coming up soon on my channel.